more times again I testify for you. I told I like you, that bitch, I do it all, and I'm around, you scared to do. I'm not, long as you joking now in for me, I ain't got it. My bitch scheming, looting, hide your bodies. Long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. I don't got nobody.
Hey guys, and what's up? And welcome back to Sid Talks Reckless. Now today, before we jump in and talk about this Jaidyn Alexis announcing that she's supposed to be pregnant again, if it's true, congratulations to her. Misery loves company. But I wasn't gonna talk about Blueface and CHRISEAN'S, but then I came across the Jaidyn is supposed to be pregnant again. But what really caught my attention, it wasn't whether Jaidyn is pregnant or not. It was everything that was going on around it. First, CHRISEAN'S made that comment at the gym. Next, she's sitting in her car, I'm assuming on the way to church or wherever, spilling the dirt. Why is she worried about how many kids he has on the way unless him or her had planned on reconciling? And if they had reconciled or was planning on reconciling, she know what was done. As far as him around here sleeping with everybody like that. And it might be some more people in the woodwork that's pregnant that just hasn't came to the forefront yet. Or maybe they might be embarrassed, which I would be. But if Jaidyn Alexis is pregnant again, congratulations to her. Kudos. Couldn't be me. And what's really caught my attention is not the pregnancy, it's what's going on around it. For months, we barely heard anything from CHRISEAN'S. Matter of fact, about CHRISEAN'S and Blueface. Then all of a sudden, Blueface gets out. CHRISEAN'S pops up, which that was expected. Then she appears on his tour, disappears again. And now she's online making an announcement that he has 3 kids on the way. We already knew that. But the one that stuck out was Jaidyn. But I've been hearing that since shortly after he got out of prison. So that didn't catch me off guard. What caught me off guard is, why is CHRISEAN'S invested in announcing it? And everybody's trying to figure out whether he went to Baltimore them 3 days he was missing. Who cares? Y'all should be trying to talk to her and tell her enough is enough. Before she take another step, she need to reevaluate everything. To me, and I might be wrong for saying this, but to me, she comes off as a pathological, habitual liar. I want to say compulsive. A pathological liar is someone who believes their lies. Compulsive. They do it without even thinking about it. It just comes natural. And habitual. They do it all the time. And to me, she fits all 3 categories. That's just my personal opinion. I know some are not going to look at her like that. They look at her as a young lady trying to get her life right with God, who's been through some things. We've all been through some things. Your pain ain't no different from my pain. My pain ain't no different from her pain. Pain is pain. Love is love. We might love differently, but when our heart hurting and we can't sleep at night or we can't eat, we've all experienced that kind of pain. And what I can't understand personally, why would she put herself back in that same situation? She's calling him a coward. I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Did she really think that they were going to reconcile? He was going to claim Junior and they was going to live happily ever after? And if she thought that, she's I'm trying to find a nice word. I already know her elevator don't go all the way to the top, but she's dumber than what I thought. And she keeps yelling he's a coward. I thought he grown up. I think somewhere in her little twisted brain, she thought that they were going to reconcile and he was going to claim Junior and they were going to try to get past Nevaeh and Rayla being pregnant. Now, some kind of way, Jaidyn's come up into the picture, which I don't think she's threatened by Jaidyn at all. But when he has not kept his end of the bargain, now he deleted the post with him stating that Junior wasn't his kid, but he has not publicly came out and said it. And I think that that's what she's waiting on or was waiting on. And he lied to her. Now, me personally, if you think I'm wrong, leave it in the comments. I personally think he missed the money that him and her made together. And he told her how much money they can make together doing the streaming. He'll be on her stream. Sometimes she'll be on his stream. And They might even string together and make a lot of money, especially if they act like they're getting back together. But her main issue was, you keep denying Junior. I feel like this. If it's really his baby, why don't y'all get together and do a live stream of y'all going down there to get DNA testing? Y'all want clout? That'll give you all the clout. And then 2, that will put a lid on this where he can't just bust out when he's angry or upset and say that kid isn't mine. Make him go take a DNA test. Even if they were thinking about getting back together, he would have had to go get a DNA test up front. Before we do anything, we're going to get a DNA test. But for some strange reason, neither one of them are pushing the issue on him going to get a DNA test. And if you know that that's his baby and y'all already did a DNA test once, why are you accepting him not going to get another one? And he has the option to say that it's not his baby. Even if you don't want to put him on child support, if that works for you, kudos to you. But what about your son? That's really his dad. You don't think he's going to see this in the future and be hurt behind it? But seems to me she's more worried about who he's laying down with rather than getting that blood test done. Because see, that'll seal the deal. He could talk all crazy he want to. But it'll be him looking like a deadbeat dad. And my kid said yesterday, I think the only reason he doesn't claim that baby is because the baby has some medical issues. And that just kind of bothered me. I felt so sorry for her. But it's hard to feel sorry for someone who constantly acts like they know it all. They don't want you telling them anything. But us sitting on the outside looking in, we see what time it is. And I'm just so surprised. She has older sisters. She has older brothers that's old enough to be her daddy. Why ain't none of them putting her up on game? And why does she refuse to listen? And why doesn't she value anything that they say? They've lived a lot longer than she has, and I'm pretty sure they can teach her a lot. But it's hard to teach a person that act like they know everything. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink that water. Then again, all of this is just speculation and internet chatter. But that's why people are asking questions, I guess. And then there's Junior's situation. At this point, I think the internet would stop arguing about it if everybody involved simply handled things directly. And instead of getting on the internet, making their comments or venting. That's weird. I never take my business into no talk show. And how Trina said, if I'm ever caught up in the mix, she's going off. Yeah, this ain't my cup of tea. Y'all should be more mindful of who you're laying down with. I know things happen, but I've never had to question my kid's father. That's crazy. And I'm kind of a spiteful. I hold grudges. I'm working on that now. I'm constantly praying about that now. But the stuff and the things that he said about her and that baby, I couldn't wrap my head around us being together if I wanted to be with him. So for her to accept that makes you wonder what she thinks about herself and what she's really worth. She always said, throwing God, I think she hides behind the Bible. And I'm not judging her for that, but I'm just saying it is what it is. She hides behind the Bible to use that as a weapon for forgiveness and for people to feel sorry for her. And if she really grew up like she said she was expecting him to be done grown up, I guarantee you she wouldn't be having herself affiliated with him in no kind of way. And she wouldn't care if he wasn't claiming that baby if it's really his. Because she'll do what she got to do to make sure her and that baby have. And if she really want to, have the last word in it, she can run his pockets and take him down there and get some kind of support. And I really do believe when Carlos said that they would have put him on their insurance for some strange reason, this lady gets on my nerve, but I really believe she would have. And if you have a family that's all messed up, and I'm being nice by saying that, messed up, I think Carlos is a little bit more stable, her and her husband a little bit more stable, and she has all her other grandchildren. Why not let him be around that atmosphere so he could be meeting his brother and sisters? This whole situation seems crazy. And if this man done said all this kind of stuff and he isn't that baby's father and she knows that, she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now, what I really want to know, do y'all believe that Blueface is actually Junior's father? I don't. Because I don't understand why she won't go and get no blood test and this and nipping in the bud. And y'all like streaming and putting your business out there. Y'all call yourself being so transparent. Why y'all won't go get no DNA test and stream that live? Because it's all fake. Both of these people are attention seekers. And that's sad how they drag that little baby in the midst of this. She still, after all the things that's done been said about that baby, after all the things that Blueface has said, the internet has said, the speculations, the diagnosis, she still put him on the internet because she likes this attention, and she using him and anybody else at all costs. It's all or nothing. When she claiming Blueface is using her for clout, it seems like you using your baby for clout. Because it's the only thing she got popping. Whether or not Blueface is going to claim the baby, this is getting old. She needs to go somewhere and just hibernate somewhere and really think about all of this. How's her son benefiting from all this? And if she loves Blueface and she's willing to tolerate his shenanigans and everything that comes with it, kudos to her. But stop faking and hiding behind the Bible, throwing rocks and hiding your hands. And this whole big mystery of whether or not he went to Baltimore, he's not going to get on here and say that he went to Baltimore. For all of those that I wanted to know, and I'm saying this for people that's never been in any kind of trouble with the law, if he's on probation or parole and he's not supposed to leave the state, he's not going to get on here and say that he left the state to go to Baltimore or anywhere else. And if he's on tour, them tour dates are structured, and you best believe his parole or probation officer knows where everything is and where he's supposed to be at. So that's why I said it'd have been more convenient for her to come here. It'd have been more convenient for her to come here. But anyway, these are just my thoughts, my comments, my commentary. So y'all sit down, think about it, and leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section. Do y'all think she went to LA, or do you think Blueface went to Baltimore? I'm saying she came to LA. You guys let me know what your thoughts are. Do you believe that he went out to Baltimore, or do you believe she came to LA? And then second of all, how do you guys feel about Jaidyn supposed to be pregnant again? It seems like none of these young women really care about their self or know their self-worth. But that's a whole nother video. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And please turn your post notifications on and help me get to our first 1,000. Toodaloo, chop chop, bye.